The opening scene begins with a commercial from Lunar Industries. In the late 21st century, Earth has had an energy crisis, due to which most coal, oil, and natural gas reserves are nearly gone. Consequently, the primary energy source has shifted to helium-3, a resource abundant on the Moon. In order to extract this alternative fuel, Lunar Industries has built Sarang Station, a facility on the far side of the Moon. The scene then cuts to the Sarang mining base situated on the lunar surface. This facility operates with high levels of automation, requiring only a single human to maintain operations. As a part of his job, the employee puts on a spacesuit and goes outside, where he drives a Land Rover over to a helium-3 harvester. He extracts the helium-3 in canisters and then sends it back to Earth. The employee's name is Sam Bell, who is assigned for this job with a 3-year work contract. He is almost at the end of his contract period because he has to stay for just 2 weeks before returning back to Earth. Chronic communication problems such as a jammed satellite have disabled his live feed from Earth. As a result, it has limited him to occasional recorded messages from his wife, Tess, who was pregnant with their daughter Eve when he left. We see how lonely Sam is when he continually talks to himself. His only companion is an advanced AI robot named Gertie, who assists him with the base's automation and provides emotional support. In the next scene, as Gertie gives Sam a haircut, he asks him if everything is okay. He claims that he has been noticing Sam's unusual behavior lately, probably due to loneliness and depression. Sam brushes off his concern and asks when they will fix the lunar satellite so he can talk with his family. In response, Gertie tells him that the company places a low priority on this issue. Even though he has 2 weeks left in his contract, he believes that the repair is crucial because the next man coming to take his place will have a hard time without live communication with Earth. Apart from this, Sam is starting to have headaches more often, so he asks Gertie to give him some pills. On the next day, Sam receives a video message from his wife, prompting him to play it instantly. In the message, Tess says that she knows that he is feeling very lonely on the Moon's surface, but she is proud of what he is doing. She also shows their daughter Eve in the video, which cheers up Sam's mood. Before ending the video, Tess expresses her love for him. We then see Sam spending his free time by engaging in various activities, crafting a miniature replica of his hometown, watering the greenhouse plants, and watching old television programs. Later, while fetching a glass of hot water, Sam experiences a hallucination of a woman seated in his chair. This distracts him, causing his hand to get burned by the hot water. Following this, Gertie applies the medical bandage to his hand and asks what happened. However, Sam chooses to hide the truth and pretends that he got distracted while watching TV. The following morning, Sam wakes up and proceeds to carry out his daily routine. While running on a treadmill, he experiences some chest pains, but doesn't pay much attention to it. After breakfast, Sam dons his spacesuit and gets on the rover to go extract more helium-3. While driving, Sam again has a vision of the same woman, causing his rover to crash into the harvester. Following the rapid loss of cabin air from the crash, he puts on his helmet but still falls unconscious. A while later, Sam awakes in the base infirmary with no memory of the accident. Gertie has been monitoring his health and asks Sam to take some more rest. Sometime later, Sam overhears Gertie having what appears to be a live chat with Lunar Industries management. As a result, he tries to head towards the control room, only to discover that he is too weak to walk. Despite this, he proceeds and asks Gertie about whom he's talking to. In response, the robot replies that he's just recording a message. The next day, Sam gets up in a healthy state and walks around the base. A few moments later, he receives a message from Lunar Industries, stating that they'll be sending a rescue team to fix the harvester and will be sending Sam home. Instead of waiting inside the moon base, Sam claims that he can fix the harvester himself. However, Gertie doesn't allow him because he has been given strict orders to keep Sam inside the base until the rescue team arrives. This arouses suspicion in Sam's mind, prompting him to devise a plan to go out. He opens a vent and cuts one of its tubes, causing gas to spray out, portraying it as a grave issue. Using this ruse, he convinces Gertie to allow him to exit the base. Following this, Sam gets into another rover and travels to the earlier rover crash. He opens the hatch and gets inside, only to discover a body there. Upon closer examination, he is taken aback to see that the body looks just like himself. Sam transports the double back to the base and tends to his injuries. He turns to Gertie, seeking answers about the man's identity and the unfolding situation. In response, the robot shockingly reveals that the man is also Sam Bell. A short while later, the injured Sam regains consciousness, only to find the fresh Sam within the room. He tries to inquire about it to Gertie, but the robot has him rest. Later on, the injured Sam gets out of the bed and notices another Sam skipping. The injured one tries to talk to the new Sam. He expresses his gratitude for saving his life and extends a handshake, but the new Sam disregards him. Afterwards, the two Sams get into a heated argument and a physical altercation regarding who is real and who is a clone. Later, the older Sam goes to talk to Gertie and asks him if he is really a clone. Gertie finally reveals that both Sams are, in fact, clones. He further discloses that there was no actual crash when the new Sam awakened, as it is a standard procedure for all new clones. It turns out that after every 3-year contract expires, a new Sam is awakened in the infirmary. Moreover, the memories of Tess and Eve are simply implanted to the clone from the original Sam Bell. The older Sam is overwhelmed by this revelation, breaking down emotionally. Gertie tries to comfort him, but he walks away in silence. With only 11 hours remaining until the rescue team's arrival, the new Sam apologizes to the old Sam for hurting him earlier. However, the old Sam plays loud music to ignore him. The new Sam abruptly stops the music and claims that when he woke up, he overheard Gertie having a live conversation with Lunar Industries. He points out that the communication satellite is not jammed, suggesting that Lunar Headquarters is intentionally blocking their signal from outside the moon base and preventing their contact with Earth. Following this, the two Sams get suited up and drive the rovers outside to search the area. Upon going beyond the facility's perimeter, they split up to individually investigate any unusual elements in their surroundings. They each come across different communications substations, which have been interfering with the live feed from Earth. Before long, the old Sam drops to his knees and vomits blood in his helmet. He returns to the base as he isn't feeling well enough to continue. Upon arriving back, he vomits more blood and also finds that a tooth has fallen out. While the new Sam continues with the further investigation, the old Sam goes to the main computer of the base. He proceeds to access his database. When his password fails, Gertie assists him in entering the correct credentials. This grants him access to archived recordings from previous clones, revealing a disturbing pattern. It seems that at the end of each contract, the clone gets increasingly sick. Eventually, they're placed inside a chamber where they are informed about entering cryogenic sleep before their return to Earth. Sensing something amiss, the old Sam goes to the room and checks on the cryogenic pod. He finds a hollow space under the floor and starts cutting his way in. By that time, the new Sam comes back to the base, having found more towers outside the perimeter. The older Sam shows him the secret passageway leading to the basement area. The two of them then climb downstairs, only to discover hundreds of hibernating clones. This makes them realize that Lunar Industries is unethically using clones of the original Sam Bell to avoid the cost of training and transporting new astronauts. They are also deliberately jamming the live feed in order to prevent the clones from contacting Earth. The clones, who believe they are entering hibernation at the end of their contract just before their final return to Earth, are in fact incinerated. After this, the older Sam takes a mini-computer and drives outside in the rover. Upon passing the interference radius, he tries to video call Tess on Earth. A young girl answers the call and tells him that Tess passed away years ago. When he asks about her identity, the young girl introduces herself as Tess's daughter. Sam is profoundly shaken to learn that his daughter is now 15 years old. Eve then calls out for her dad, who's probably the original Sam Bell. When the older Sam clone hears this, he hangs up in panic. This breaks down the old Sam clone, and he sobs, expressing his wish to go home. After calming down, he returns to the base and begins displaying the same symptoms as previous clones as their health starts to deteriorate. Seeing this, the new Sam tucks him in bed. In the next scene, the two Sams realize that the incoming rescue team will kill them both if they are found together. The new Sam convinces Gertie to wake another clone. He plans to kill the awakened clone and place it in the crashed rover. He will then send the older Sam to Earth in one of the helium-3 transporting containers. Meanwhile, He himself decides to act like he doesn't know anything and pretend that he's been inside the base the entire time. Later on, the older Sam wakes up and discovers an unconscious clone in the infirmary. Upon asking what's going on, the new Sam reveals his plan to him. The older Sam expresses reluctance, as they can't kill anyone. He also knows that he will not live much longer, so he makes a change in the plan. He suggests that he be placed back into the crashed rover to die so that Lunar Industries will not suspect anything. In the meantime, he asks the new Sam to return back to Earth, leaving the awakening clone in the moon base. With only a couple of hours remaining before the rescue team's arrival, the two Sams don their suits and go out to the crashed rover. They share a moment of their memories and reminisce about how they met Tess. Shortly thereafter, the older Sam falls asleep, and the new Sam carries him back to the crashed rover. They bid farewell, and the new Sam heads back with tears in his eyes. Back at the moon base, the new Sam makes preparations to leave in a helium-3 container. During this, Gertie points out that the plan won't work because he has recorded everything from the moment he woke up in the infirmary. This recording can potentially expose the interactions between the two clones and unveil their plan to Lunar Industries. Due to this, the robot advises the new Sam to erase his own memory before leaving. The new Sam thanks Gertie and says goodbye before he reboots it. Minutes before the rescue team lands, the new Sam remembers something. He hurriedly goes back to the control room and reprograms a harvester to crash and wreck the jamming antenna, thereby enabling live communications with Earth. Additionally, he brings along a canister of helium-3 to provide him with funds once he reaches Earth. Moments before the rescue unit arrives, he enters the container and flies off. The older Sam remains conscious long enough to watch the new Sam depart. The rescue team is fooled after finding both the newly awakened clone in the infirmary and the lifeless body of the older Sam inside the crashed rover. In the final scene, the news reports that describe how Sam's testimony regarding Lunar Industries' unethical activities has sparked a major controversy, and as a consequence, their stock has plummeted significantly. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more content like this.